Hey guys, and welcome back to Vikings 4x4 and Adventure, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the freshly lifted Pajero sitting right behind me here. In this video we're going to be running through the details on the lift as well as giving you some insights to some of the things that we had to do to make this lift possible. So if you're excited, stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll get right into it. So what are the details of the lift? Let's get straight into it. So we are running a 2-inch Old Man Emu lift in this vehicle in the front and in the rear. Both of these springs in the car are heavy duty springs designed to take a constant heavy load. Now I'll run through why I chose that a little bit later on, but we are also running, you'll notice, some brand new Goodyear Wrangler Duratex 33-inch or 285 is the size on a 17-inch, brand new 17-inch alloy rim. So for those of you who don't know the vehicle, it is a 2013 NW GLXR Pajero. It's a 3.2 litre turbo diesel that we've had since almost brand new. This video is going to be a lift specific video. I'm not going to be doing a rundown of the touring setup on this vehicle in this video. If you want to see that, head over to the channel Vikings 4x4 and Adventure and check out stage 1 of the Pajero build series. The only thing different between that video and this video is the lift and the bigger tires. So make sure you subscribe while you're there, because in the coming months I hope to have part 2 ready. I just have to get a few more things lined up, get a few more ducks in a row before I release that. So for those Pajero owners out there wondering if this is something that you should do, I'm going to go ahead and tell you why I did it, and then from my experiences you can compare them to your own experiences and weigh up the odds and see if this is something that you want to do for yourself. So why did I lift this vehicle? Well, I decided a few months ago that I wanted to start getting into some real good four-wheel driving, like real serious stuff. I wanted this car to be able to go pretty much anywhere. Now, the vehicle was very capable beforehand, like it pretty much went everywhere without the lift. However, there was some serious scraping on the underbody as well as a little bit of damage done in the rear bar of the car. We actually broke the rear bar of this car out at Nunes in what I would say is moderate conditions. Not serious conditions, just moderate. So pretty much from that I gauged that I was going to do more trips like that, as well as I'm always constantly towing and the rear of the vehicle would sag down heavily, as well as the car just looks better lifted, I felt. So I thought that after weighing all of those things up, doing some research, seeing what the car looks like after it had been lifted, I decided to go ahead and get the lift. Now, am I impressed with it so far? Absolutely. It's only early days, but I have taken this vehicle out into some pretty serious predicaments since it's been lifted. You guys will see that next week in the Yellowwell series that will premiere on YouTube. So again, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell to get updated when that is released. So I just want to iron out a few things for those Pajero owners that really may be doing their research right now, wondering if it's actually possible. So I can confirm this is possible to fit the 33s on here with the bigger lift. Now, the reason that I am doing this segment is because I did a lot of research beforehand, before doing this lift, reading especially on forums, and a lot of people said it wasn't possible and that the tires scrubbed on full lock. So I can confirm, after moving the casters forward, so the guys over at Bob Jane T-Mart moved the casters forward a little bit, and that allowed for the tire to fit on with no scrubbing and about 5 centimeters of clearance between the tire and the guard at full lock. I thought that was really good. Made me feel really good that I could fit these bigger tires on, because the car has now gained a total of 5 inches of clearance from where it was sitting before, which is monumental. That's awesome, and that is pretty much exactly the clearance that I wanted. So for those of you out there maybe doing the reading on the forums, seeing and wondering if it's actually possible, it is. However, I must note for you guys out there that the fuel consumption does go up slightly. I've had a few more litres per 100 added since adding these tires on. On the blacktop out on the highway, it's not that much of a difference, but running around town, it's a really noticeable difference in fuel consumption. It's a lot higher. So now to move on to my just general opinion on it so far. It is only early days. We're only about 3,500 Ks into this lift and into these tires. I'll do a completely separate review on the Goodyear Wrangler Duratex at some point. This is not a review on the tires, just the lift. So the lift, to me so far, has ticked all the boxes. The car looks great. It performs great off-road. Now with the heavy duty springs in, some people will say potentially you'll feel all the bumps on the road. Now, I haven't had that issue. I think that the ride is just as good as it was before the lift, if not a little bit better. You don't feel everything and the car handles great still. Now, when you're loaded up, this is the most important thing for me and the thing that I'm most happy about with this lift. So I'm usually pretty heavy loaded when I go away. I'm carting people, gear, I'm often towing, and so the rear of the car often sags down. With these new springs now, I'm yet to try it while I'm towing. However, I've had this car full of gear, off-roading. Again, you'll see it in the Aswell series coming up next week. All the four-wheel driving that you see in that video is of the car fully loaded, 3 swags, all the gear inside, everything, and it still performed great. It didn't sag, it didn't tip, it didn't anything. So far I'm really impressed with how this lift has increased the capability of the vehicle. Now, the vehicle again was fairly capable when it was stock. However, this has just added 10 times on top of what I already expected of this car and what it could already do. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. That's all I have for this video. I really wanted to make a video on the car, give you a few details, just kind of reveal the lift. As I've said many times in this video, next week the Aswell series will premiere on YouTube, and a lot of people are going to start asking me questions about the lift and wanting to know the details. So I thought I'd reveal it to you guys before then so you knew what was up, and just tell you my basic first impressions. So if you enjoyed this one, guys, and you really want to see this vehicle's progression through the future, because there are a fair few things still on the planning board for this car, as well as if you want to see it in action in some upcoming trips and some sticky predicaments, make sure you head over to the channel Vikings 4x4 and Adventure and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Vikings 4x4. And as always, guys, we will see you in the next adventure.